Welcome to Unfiltered Voices. Again, this is SM and Juju. We hope you enjoyed our previous podcast, which was on getting to know each other. And in today's podcast, we will talk about our experiences in getting our first jobs when we came to Canada. So, Juju, what was your experience?
Yeah. Welcome everybody. So we are going today to I hope you like the previous video. From my experience, I got my first job. It was an accountant, a first level, entry level before working in NGOs in my field of experience. So I got that job through LinkedIn. So I advise everyone to update your profile in LinkedIn, include everything you have experience, courses, experience letter, recommendation from your previous supervisor. Make sure everything is updated and make sure that you show that you are interested and you are looking for a job. And I got a call. I remember I got a call from the company owner. It was a real estate company, and he was looking for someone to replace his current accountant. It was a lady, and she wanted to go in maternity leave, and he wanted me to work there for a year, like a contract, and it was a minimum wage. So I arrived to Canada in July. I started the job. The first day was in August, so it didn't take that much of time. That was my first job. And even before finding this job, I was just applying like crazy every day, like applying for 50 to 100, like just going to Indeed, any website, looking for finance. Yeah, finance. Yeah, and any job advertisement for finance, I was just applying everywhere in the city where I am. And that was, yeah, and part-time, full-time, any kind of work. I didn't work part-time. No, nothing. The shoppers came after. We'll talk about shoppers, but this is how. So applying everywhere, look for anything, apply, and then update your LinkedIn, your resume. I didn't actually prepare my resume like a Canadian style. So I hear like everyone talking about make sure your resume it's same like Canadian style resumes or Canadian resumes, but I haven't done this part, so I'm not sure if it's necessary or not. So my resume was following the old style, like from my back home.
Thank you, Juju. My experience was slightly different. And as I'm talking about the experiences, we're drinking some Japanese tea that tastes like grass. Anyways, just wanted to give you a background context. So when I arrived in Canada, I was very confident that I will get a great job. So I went on a shopping spree and I bought so many office clothes thinking that I'll just get a job in 4 to maximum 6 weeks. That didn't happen. I was unemployed for 11 months. And it came to the point where I ran out of funds. I had to go get some social security support. And that was only for a month. But during that process, I had to review my resume. I had a 6-page resume. And when I came, I engaged with OCISO, and there are other organizations that integrate skilled immigrants. And so they kind of helped me trim down my resume to 2 pages. You have to have a resume, max 2 page, 1.5 page if necessary. So in my field, which is not finance, it's research and climate change and other aspects environment. I really had to cut it down. How I got my first break was um, I started networking with people, and so through certain platforms that I went to, I met people who recommended me to talk to some other people. And when I started doing that, I came across a consultant who looked at my resume, and he really liked my resume. And a lot of people really like my resume. But the key takeaway was that you have to meet people in person. So, as Juju was saying, LinkedIn is a very important platform. I reached out to people through LinkedIn for an informational interview. An informational interview is basically where you're not asking for a job, but you're reaching out to somebody and saying, I'm interested in your organization. You are doing XYZ work, and that's great because I would like to learn more about it. That's all. You never say you are in need of a job. You just say, I'm interested in learning about the work that you do. And that's how, through that connection, I ended up meeting a consultant who said, "Hey, you know what? I know this organization. They're looking for this XYZ. So why don't I forward your resume?" And that's how I got the job, and that's how I met Juju. But the important thing is that I had applied for that position before, and when I went for my interview, the manager told me that he now recalls that I have submitted my resume, but he never paid attention. So sometimes reference in these kind of positions are very important. Networking and referencing, asking for information on interview. So I think that's my experience that has gotten me. Now I am in my third job, and it's all through networks. So that works. Any last thoughts, Yuju?
Yeah, I just yeah, thank you. Thank you, my dear. I say my dear is much easier. My friend. Yeah. So and then I just want to share like that was my first job. It was first level accountant. I worked there for 2 months, and then I got an interview for the job for a job in NGO relevant to my field of experience, and it was like a great starting salary. And in that place I met Assam, my friend. And I couldn't remember how did I apply for that job, but after I did some research on my email. I found that I was applying for compliance manager in their organization. And then I remember like the lady got back to me and saying, we have position available. Not I see your resume is more fitting as a finance, not a compliance manager. I will forward your resume to the finance department. Then I got the interview, and they contacted me with the offer and hiring. Then I left the job with the real estate, and I went to my experience. So this is how, so apply for everything, compliance, finance, everything. So it helps, like it open other doors.
And
So this
Juju is
is,
very good at her job, so she's very experienced and very hardworking.
so now I have in my
Nothing to add.
that's 17, 18 minutes.
Yeah, nothing to add. We just want to conclude our podcast for today. And
Next time we'll share our experience on in getting a part-time job, casual work.
so thank you for listening to us. We
What?
conclude our, yeah, we thank you for listening to us. And if Juju stops interrupting me, I'll be able to handle properly. So so yes, next time we're gonna continue the conversation on jobs searching, but more specifically part-time jobs. I have not done part-time jobs, so Juju is going to talk more about it, and I can talk about um well, we'll see what I'll talk about. So until next time, from us to you.
For us to you, yeah. Thank you. Please subscribe. Thank